In Thailand, a street vendor can get 6 months of AI tools for nothing. In New Zealand, the government is paying for your AI projects, up to 15,000 New Zealand dollars. And in South Australia, $150 will get you an AI build day that allows you to walk out with the working AI agents. And this next one is a very important one. Google and Asian Development Bank are paying to train 100,000 small businesses in Southeast Asia right now. We research AI programs across the region that are designed to help small businesses like yours. So stick around because we found 26 programs across the region from Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Australia, and New Zealand. We researched all of them so you don't have to. Now let's go get yours.
Hi, my name is Patrick. I spent the last 20 years inside the world's largest organizations like Apple, Lufthansa, among others. And now I build AI systems for businesses in public.
All right, let's get into it. If you're a small business owner in the region, this video is for you because we're going to go over, as we look at this screen, ASEAN, which is mainly the AI, Google and Asian Development Bank, as I mentioned before. And we're also going to get into each individual countries. Singapore have 8, and then Indonesia have 2, Malaysia with 2, Philippines with 2, Vietnam with 2, and Thailand we have 5, Australia 3, and New Zealand 1. What do we look at in terms of programs? What we look at in every country is what the country offers in terms of training, grants, tax breaks, free expert time from government, banks, and foundations. And with those, we then try to link ourselves. We look at the background, we look at who qualifies, and the most important one, the links and how to apply for it. Let's just jump straight in. I'll go start with AIM ASEAN. What is this program? AIM ASEAN, or AI for Micro and Small Medium Enterprise, a 2-year program led by the ASEAN Foundation, the official body of the Associations of Southeast Asian Nations. It is funded by Google and Asian Development Bank, as I mentioned before. And it plans to train 100,000 micro to small medium enterprises across Southeast Asia. And that's basically among all the 10 ASEAN member states. And what it includes is practical AI training for marketing, online selling, customer replies, admin works, and bookkeeping. What is important here is that this program is across Southeast Asia, and each country will be or can be led by different organizations that we're going to cover. But there are several countries that are done by a single provider. What is the cost for this? It's free. There is no fee. At the end of the training, you'll get a certificate. And then we're going to go over on this AIM. Just a quick call out. Malaysia's AIM is run by University Teknologi Petronas. And at the time of this recording, it has not published a sign-up page yet. Let's go into Singapore, because I think this is the deepest stack of all the AI programs we have. The first one is the AIM ASEAN Singapore Edition. This is free sponsor AI training in Singapore. It is run by Project Asia Data, and it's aimed at 3,000 Singapore small businesses. And it's a self-paced online through a startup village portal in Singapore. It's a single 3-hour in-person workshop. Who qualifies for this? It's a Singapore registered small to medium enterprises up to 100 million revenue or 200 staff. Whoever attends should be the owner of the business or hold a decision-making role in the business. All you need to do is just pick a learning mode and registers. There's no course fee. You just go to projectasiadata.com. The link is in this guide that we will be publishing. Comment AI programs, and I'll definitely gonna send you this link of the entire stack if you're in Facebook and Instagram. If you're not in any of those platforms, we're also going to publish the links in the YouTube descriptions. So stick around. Let's move on to the next one, Productivity Solutions Grant. This is pretty much a very established grant in Singapore. If you open a business in Singapore and have been running for a few years, you're definitely very familiar with Productivity Solutions Grant. This is one of the main routes to fund your AI adoption programs. You can include a pre-scope software, equipment, consultancy, including chatbots, document processing, workflow automations. Those are all partly funded when you buy through Productivity Solutions Grant. You need to buy from a list of an approved vendor from the business grants portal. And essentially, if you buy from those lists of vendors, you will qualify with this program. Just to formalize that, who actually can make use of this is a small to medium enterprises who are registered and operates in Singapore with the solution used in Singapore as well. The solutions that you use from those lists of approved vendors requires at least 30% of local shareholders. And the consultancy solutions requires at least 3 local Singapore employees. How do you apply? You get the quote from the approved vendor, then you apply for business grants using your Corp Pass. If you're in Singapore, you're very familiar with your Corp Pass. And do this before you sign anything with the vendor. You apply first through businessgrants.gov.sg. The link is also in the descriptions. I'll put it in. You can just follow along. The rate is per solutions, not as a flat figure. You can check from the website the supportable solutions listing of what you actually want to implement for your budgeting. Okay. What's next? The next one is DBS Spark Gen AI. This is a bank run on a ramp up instead of a grant. What this means is DBS Bank will pair you up with a one-to-one consultancy with over 16,000 vetted AI suppliers that they've got. And this includes free workshops from IMDA, Singapore's Infocom Media Development. And this path can also lead to 50% grant funding from Enterprise Singapore. Who qualifies for this? If you're Singapore incorporated with at least 30%, and I think this 30% will continue to become a theme, at least 30% owned by Singapore citizens or permanent residents, and you're within the SME size, you are qualified to apply. How do you apply for this? The link is there, as you can see, and you just need to submit an interest form, and then DBS will reach out to you for a one-to-one advisory session. Okay, let's move on. The next one is UOB F&B AI and Digital Integration Program. This is tailor-made for F&B business. It provides advisory, and Enterprise Singapore funds up to 50% for SMEs. And you can use this for AI point of sale, stock accounts, customer engagements. 2 ready-made bundles is customer loyalty and ordering or operations automations. And who qualifies for this is if you're an F&B under SSIC 56, and this is Singapore's industry classification code, with at least, again, going back to the same requirement, 30% local ownership and a UOB business account, you're qualified. Go to uob.com.sg, how to apply, just book a free consultations with UOB's BizSmart advisor, then you'll take it from there. The call out here is that the implementations and the payment must be completed before 30th of June of 2027. So you roughly have only a few more months left, let's say 4 months to do this. So you better hurry up if you think this is something that you are interested in. The next one is IMDA Model AI Governance Framework for Agentic AI. This is not a training or a funding. This is more about a practical playbook for deploying AI agents without having all the risks. It covers what an agent should and should not be allowed to do. Who qualifies? This is for everybody. Anyone deploying or buying agentic AI that actually takes action instead of just answering questions. If you're thinking about deploying an AI agent in your business, definitely have a look at it. I provide the link. You can download it directly. There's no applications, there's no cost. It just gives you best practice of what you need to implement if you have interest in deploying AI agents. Moving forward, the next one is Digital Leaders Accelerator Bootcamp, or DLAB. This is a bootcamp that produced one real thing, a working AI confidence project and an implementation roadmap that you can actually follow. This is not a certificate. This is a practical guide. If you follow along on how to build an AI agents, you definitely going to find this useful. I always tell this to everyone. If you tell me what it is, it's not going to be as good or as sticky if you show me how to do it. If you talk to me about it, I probably won't remember. But if I follow along with you in building agents and building solutions that are AI related, you're going to pick up even faster. Who qualifies? Non-ICT enterprises, meaning non-tech companies in Singapore, as long as you're a Singapore registered company with at least 30% ownership by a Singapore citizens or permanent residents. All of this government related stuff, you would always have this requirement, the 30% rule. How do you apply? You go to imda.gov.sg, you click the link, and then you express interest. IMDA will do an assessment whether you're fit or not, and then they will match you with the supplier. Okay. Moving forward, Microsoft AI Quick Start. This is a fast structured AI deployment. 3 months, a total project cost is capped at 20,000. And from Microsoft, this includes cloud and computing power, covering knowledge search, customer management, operations automations, and call analytics. There's also some funding from IMDA and UOB. And I think it is becoming a theme, as you've seen before. IMDA and UOB is working together, in this case with Microsoft. Who qualifies? Unlike all the previous ones that we've covered, this is mostly for digitally mature companies that already have a lot of digital capabilities in AI or in just tech in general. If you are digital mature companies with a genuine specific use cases, you can engage Microsoft or UOB FinLab and then reach out to them to know more about this, and then they'll get back to you. Let's move to Grab AI programs for SMEs. Now, this is a bit more targeted. Grab will provide training videos, live masterclasses, a two-way course at Singapore University of Technology and Design, hands-on training in writing your first AI adoption plan for your business. But the catch here is that this is limited only for businesses that have worked with Grab. Let's move on to Indonesia. Let's go to the first one. Just like in all the other ones before, AIM Asia, the Indonesia edition. This is a free AI training. In Indonesia, it is run by Kumpul Impact with a mandate to reach 32,000 Indonesian entrepreneurs. Modules, videos, live sessions, certificates with a cost of zero to you. Who qualifies? Every micro to small businesses in Indonesia qualifies for this. In Indonesia, it's locally known as UMKM. This program has no special conditions. And how do you apply for this? You register on the site and you can then start training. Again, this aim-asean.kumpul.id. The link is in there. You can click on it. And if you're an Indonesian business and you want to get free training on AI, you can jump on this and get these resources. Okay. The next one, this is from ukmindonesia.id. This is mentorship program, mastering the global market with AI. This is a cooperations between Meta and Ministry of Trade.id. This training covers market research, how to build a product catalog for exporting outside of Indonesia, and it also uses Meta's personalized AI to target promotion. Selected participants get expert mentoring as well. And even though the value is not so much, you'll also get 150,000 in Meta advertising credit. And you'll get further additional 500,000 rupiah for the top 20. Who qualifies for this? If you're a small business in Jakarta and surrounding area with the products that are ready or nearly ready for international market. Basically, this is Indonesia's initiative to try to help businesses who wants to expand outside of Indonesia. How do you apply for this? You register before 2nd of September of 2026. So next week, midnight Jakarta time. And the program itself will run from 9 to 24th of September. The link is also in the document, but this one I marked it as red essentially because you need to hurry up. If you are an Indonesian business, you want to expand outside of Indonesia, and you want some mentoring done by Ministry of Trade, ukmindonesia.id. You can jump on these resources as well. Let's jump into the next country, which is Malaysia. The first one is Ministry of Digital's National Learning Platform. The website is called rakyatdigital.gov. It's basically a training modules on AI safety, cybersecurity, generative AI, agentic AI, cloud, and Madani principles, targeting 100,000 Malaysians aged 18 to 30 to get 3 months of leading AI applications training for free from 31st of August 2026. The learning platform itself is open to every Malaysian, including business owners and senior staff. You will have free AI access from 31st of August onwards, so in a couple of days. Let me see my calendar here. I think the 31st is next Monday. From 31st onward, you'll have access to this platform, this learning platform from Rakyat Digital. Now, the second one in Malaysia is called NADI AI program. NADI stands for National Information Dissemination Center. What is this? This is a local AI and digital marketing training at NADI centers nationwide in Malaysia. NADI itself is a Malaysia's network of community internet centers run by the Communications and Multimedia Commission. And who qualifies? Community entrepreneurs. And you can reach out to your nearest center in Malaysia to know more. NADI centers serve rural and underserved areas. And that's the reason why the AI program is listed, but it doesn't have any online phone or email the center near you. You can open it from the link and you just reach out to them directly. If you want to train you yourself or your team and they're between 18 to 30, then you just jump on this resource if you're a Malaysian business from 31st of August. With that, we jump into the Philippines. The first one is AIM ASEAN. This, again, similar to the one that we've been talking about before. In Philippines, AIM ASEAN is run by Limitless Biz. This is a Google and Asian Development Bank initiatives. It provides AI training run by Limitless Lab aimed at 17,500 Philippines SMEs by 2027. You will go through 4 modules, 2.5 hours, self-paced, and at the end, you'll get a certificate. There's also a free AI toolkit in English and in Tagalog. And there is illustrated editions written for sari-sari store owners. If you probably are more familiar than me, if you're in the Philippines, farmers, cooperatives, karinderies. Who actually qualifies for this? If you're a Filipino small business owners, you qualify for this. No technical background needed. I will put this entire site and give you the link in the description, but you can essentially go through this, find your countries, and then click on the link and apply yourself. Let's move on to the next one. DOST Quattro. What is this in the Philippines? A one-to-one assessment from Department of Science and Technology, where their engineers will look at how your business actually runs, and then will match you with AI, robotics, and automations and data tools that fit. DOST or DOS has said that it aims to reach 10,000 small businesses in the Philippines. How do you apply for this? Send an inquiry through their contact form, and then they reply within 4 working days. Right. Let's jump into Vietnam. This is a free hands-on training. The first one is AIM ASEAN, the Vietnam edition. Again, for AIM, free AI training in Vietnam, it is run by ASEAN Foundation Asia. And it aimed to train 18,700 Vietnamese small business in Vietnam. It will be a full day hands-on sessions covering AI for management, marketing, sales, online selling, finance, and daily operations. We're rolling out province by province. Again, as I mentioned before, who qualifies? If you are a Vietnamese micro, small, and medium enterprises or household businesses even, you're qualified. Now, the interesting part in Vietnam is that AIM sessions or training are announced province by province. You need to contact Keenan Foundation Asia through the project page to find the nearest one near you. A bit of important announcement here. I did mention before, Keenan Foundation Asia runs AIM ASEAN across Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia, reaching 46 small business between them. We don't have Cambodia in this list, but we sure have Thailand or Vietnam. Okay, let's move on. Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or VCCI, has a subsidized course on building AI assistants for marketing, HR, accounts, and sales, plus automated reporting. Now, this is a very important part. The government pays half of the fee, 1 million Vietnamese dong in person in Hanoi, or 700,000 Vietnam dong online for a comprehensive course, or 1.4 million Vietnam dong for advanced sessions with subsidy already applied. Who qualifies for this? If you're a Vietnam business, you will be qualified. No revenue or headcount test has been published. You register for the advanced sessions on the 8th of September is the next one, because the 25th to 26th August run has already concluded. Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry schedules new intakes throughout the year. Check the page that I have the link for the next comprehensive course. Again, a bit of call out. The next session for advanced course is 8th of September. All right, Thailand. Okay, the first one, Keenan Foundations, as I mentioned before, AIM Asia, Thailand editions, cooperations between Google and Asian Development Bank. Same like Vietnam before, free training, AI training, starts with AI basics, how to write good prompts, move through getting your people, systems, and data ready, and then applies AI in marketing, customer communications, and cost cutting. Who qualifies? If you're a Thai registered small businesses, community enterprises, and you can register directly, there is no fee. The next one is voucher track. This is a free trial. If you're thinking of doing a free trial of AI or digital tools for at least 6 months, this is for you. This is from DEPA, Digital Economy Promotion Agency, one of the agency from the Thai government. There's no membership fee or application fee. You submit your applications. They review applications at least twice a month. And then once you're approved, your supplier needs to install it within 3 months. Who qualifies for this? If you're a Thai registered companies, sole traders, registered partnership, street vendors, stallholders, fresh market traders, farmers, farmer group members, and people producing or selling basic farm goods also qualifies. If you have received OT digital durian support, then you are excluded. Essentially, if you've already got similar type of support before, you can't apply again. How do you apply? You apply on the project side. The link is in there through the government Thang Rat app. I hope I didn't butcher that. But once you choose and submit, you cannot change your tech, your choice of what you want to implement. Take your time and choose carefully. Let's move on. The first one is all about getting support for trialing an AI solution. This one is the step after that. If you're happy with the trial and you wanted to actually do the full implementation, this is a co-funded track of the same program for businesses ready to buy AI solutions instead of trialing. It puts money towards an approved AI or digital product from Thailand Digital Catalog. Who qualifies for this? As a Thai small business, if you are operating in Thailand and you are registered there, you are qualified. It's the same intake as the voucher track. You can submit, they review twice a month. It's basically the same how to apply as before, but you choose the transform track instead of trial. The link is there. You can jump on this if you are ready to implement. All right. The next one is SME Springboard Digital Technology. And this is run by OSMEP, which is Thailand's Office of Small and Medium Enterprises. What it gives you is that it pays 50% of your costs up to 500,000 Thai baht toward any digital services that this SME Springboard have vetted. The catalog includes AI tools alongside accounting systems also qualifies, or if you want to build websites or energy platforms. Who qualifies? If you're a small business in Thailand, you're qualified. If you're a manufacturer with up to 500 million Thai bahts in annual revenue, you qualified. If you are not in the manufacturing business, other sectors that also qualifies, as long as your revenue does not exceed 300 million Thai baht annually. Again, the call out, the main important point here is submit your proposal before 30th of September 2026. And this is a very key point. And the second most important point on this is funded work must finish by 30th of September 2027. You have one full calendar year to finish this. Proposal needs to be submitted again by 30th of September. You have roughly a month and a week to submit your proposals. If you get approved, then you get 50% funding or up to that amount that we just spoke about. And then all work needs to be done no later than 30th of September of next year. The link is there. You can click on it and then kickstart this. The next one is BOI SME Efficiency Improvement Measure. And this is from Thailand's BOI, or Board of Investment. You get import duty waive on machinery, which is probably not so interesting for us in the AI space. But the second part, you get a 5 years corporate income tax exemption of what you invest in AI and machine learning. I think this second portion is what is important and what is critical in this one from Thailand's Board of Investment. Who qualifies? If you are at least 51% Thai owned with a revenue under 500 million Thai bahts annual revenue and at least 500,000 Thai baht invested. How do you apply? You need to prepare an investment plan and you need to submit it through their online system, boi.co.th. This is a tax break, and that's basically what you'll get. And essentially, you click on this and then you kickstart the process. You can claim your tax break. Let's move on to Australia. Australia has an AI Adopt program, free training, one-to-one consultations, and adoption roadmaps through 4 specialist centers: SMEC AI for medical science, agriculture and renewables, ARM Hub for manufacturing and robotics, SAAM for safe adoption tools, and ARAEN for regional industries. Find the center that matches your industry and contact it directly. Either SMEC AI, ARM Hub, SAAM, and ARAIN. You reach out to them and you're basically going to be able to know more, because the link that was there, you can immediately go through those different centers. The second one is Digital Solutions Program in Australia. This is a free training, essentially. Free workshops, webinars in AI, digital marketing, cybersecurity, plus up to 5 hours of one-to-one advice from a qualified business advisors for a small fee. Who qualifies for this? Australian business under 20 full-time staff. And that includes sole traders. How do you apply? You just choose your local providers and contact them. In the links, you can find your local providers that qualifies, and then you can just reach out to them for getting this digital solutions. If you're in Australia, I would assume that this is something that you're familiar with, but if this is new to you, at least you have this information. The next one, South Australia AI Capability Pilot. And in the introductions, I mentioned that a little bit, but this is a 4-hour AI build day where you're actually going to build a working AI agent or workflow for 50 Australian dollars, plus 5 hours of one-to-one coaching for 100 Australian dollars. In total, it's 150. And you also get a 6 months of community access from simplify.ai. Who qualifies for this? If you're a South Australian small and family businesses with less than 20 full-time staff, you are qualified. Applications open, you can click the link and you can just apply there. Let's move on to New Zealand. This will be the last country. The first one is AI Advisory Pilot. This is run by MBIE, New Zealand's Ministry of Business, Innovations and Employment, where they will cover up to 50% to a maximum of 15,000 New Zealand dollars for you to work with experts on finding AI opportunities and putting them into your daily operations. Demand was strong enough that it grew from 50 to 150 businesses. They widened the eligibility and now it runs until 31st of January 2027, which is in 4 months' time. Who qualifies for this? If you're a New Zealand registered small or medium businesses and you've been in business for 12 months or more and able to fund its own share, the other 50%, then you qualify. How do you apply? You sign up with your regional business partner network. You only need 5 to 10 minutes. And then you are going to hear from an advisor. They will contact you within 5 working days. All right, there you have it. We covered, just to recap, to our map, our beautiful map here. We essentially covered all Southeast Asia countries in this graph here: Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. And just to recap, the main biggest team in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of push from Google and Asian Development Bank to train small businesses for free. You might want to take your time to apply for that because that is a legit value for you if you wanted to train you or your team. Another thing that I found out is that different countries have different ways of pushing the AI agenda. What I found very direct was New Zealand, for example, covers half AI projects or opportunities that you can implement in your business. I believe Thailand also have similar. And what I also find interesting is that there's also, like in Malaysia, Nadi stood out for me just because they're focused on serving underserved area, which normally, they may not have. Accessibility is not high. Just the initiative to do that, I think, is very commendable. To summarize, we covered 8 countries, 26 programs. We verified this as of right now. I think we did it in August 2026. The only thing I want to say is that out of doing this exercise, we realized that there's so many initiatives that we can make use of. Either you want to get training, you want to get tax breaks, if you want to get funding, there's a lot of stuff happening. What I'll do probably in the next few months is that we'll do another refresh of this type of video where we look at all the funding for AI for small businesses. If you like this type of content, please let me know by liking and subscribing. And also, as I said, comment AI programs if you're in Facebook or Instagram, and I'll send you the link to this actual page where you can get all of the links to apply for these grants, depending on where your country is. But if you're not in Facebook or Instagram, if you're on TikTok or YouTube or any other platform, the easier way is just to go through the descriptions of this YouTube video, and then I'll put a link to this page, and then you can then click on the link to apply. That will be all for me. Thank you very much for your time. I'll see you in the next one.